Muy buenas querubines, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo estáis? Seguimos aquí en el brujo y ahora resulta que han puesto precio a nuestra cabeza. Por lo tanto, ha sido entrar y los pavos que se han puesto farrucos, ¿sabes? Ya ves. Bueno, como vamos a infiltrarnos, vamos a vestirnos según los gustos de Ana Henrietta, la hermosísima duquesa. Y vamos a ir por aquí, vamos a intentar cortar todo el camino que podamos. Si es que podemos cortar alguno. Porque se nos van a ir acercando, o sea, todos los maleantes que vemos por ahí nos van a querer matar. Eso es así. Oh, por aquí se corta. Porque ya me está pasando. Uy, ¿os suena este cobertizo? He llegado de casualidad. Bueno, hay que revolver la esquina, como dicen algunos. Hacer gato. Bueno, vamos a correr un poquito más. Que si no, me hubiera merecido más la pena coger sardinilla o CTP. Madre mía. Joder, sí que estaba lejos.
Oh, that's my knees ache something horrible.
Bueno. Esta es la tienda de ropa. Hola, Pierre. ¿Es usted el diseñador?
Sacre bleu. It's a crime. You're from the north. That's painfully clear. Excuse me? There is no excuse. There is but the need to outfit you anew. My salon stands open. Please come in.
¿Qué es esto? Vamos a ver. Oh, Gwent. Perdonadme. Vamos a jugar a Gwent.
In the mood for a round of Gwent?
A ver qué tiene este para darme a mí. Jugamos con... Sí, vamos a jugar con Nilfgaard. Ah, mira, él también juega con Nilfgaard. Me la quedo, la largo. Me la quedo. Estas son buenas, pero... Ah, vale, aquí tengo espías. Esta la largo. Vamos a soltar a los espías. Este también me soltará algún que otro espía. Uy, los dos muñequitos para los espías que me suelte mi amigo. Uy, que ve. Venga. Ahí está. Uy. Tío más malote. Ahí está. Nosotros vamos a ir soltando gente. Mira, qué gracioso. Yo he soltado una carta, Venga, hasta luego, amigo. Mi turno. A ver, soltar una carta otra vez. Antes de que llame a los espías. Que ve, Hay que ver que me los ha matado a todos, Llamo a los espías. Esto no recomiendo que lo hagáis a nadie, Una carta niebla. Vamos. No le voy a soltar pie ahora, no más que uno, Esta ronda la voy a regalar, pero me voy a quedar con tantas cartas que... por favor, que eso ya lo he hecho yo. Venga, para que te vayas con otros 18. ¿En serio ya has soltado eso? ¿Lo sigues soltando? ¡Qué puta madre! Venga, me la llevo también. Esta porque no puedo, y no también me la llevaba. Ahí está. Otro muñequito, venga. Tú sigues soltando cartas. Espérate, espérate, que esto puede ser gracioso. Nada más que por dar por culo, ¿no? Ojito. Pues está claro que algo tenemos que jugar. De mientras. Mato con esta, está todo. Y con esta. Sí, sí, venga. Con esta mato estas dos. Pero espérate. La gracia de esto es que está en que voy a intentar liársela. Haciendo lo que gaste todas las cartas que pueda, ¿vale? Venga, saca arquero. Este era el asedio, ¿verdad? No, este era los arqueros, venga. Esto es simplemente por joder. Porque lo estás sacando todo. Venga, hasta las dos fuera. Yo. Que se te mueren las cartas. Hay que ver, ¿eh? A ver, a ver. No, me lo voy a guardar todo. Así que... Y yo que me ha ganado, ¿vale? Que eres muy bueno. Joder. No sé, tío, con esa carta lo mismo me gana. Tía, mira, yo tengo otra igual, mira. Te voy a enseñar. Yo también tengo otra igual que esa. ¿Ya ha pasado? Joder, lo único que he hecho es empatarte. Ahora es cuando voy a humillarte. Ay, me han faltado... Bueno, da igual, me han faltado 3 puntitos. Hasta luego. Yo no te enfades, no me empujes por haberte ganado, ¿eh? Un berserker joven. Bueno, bien, bien. Bueno.
Welcome back to our...
Vamos a ver.
All jests aside, let me see what you got in your wardrobe.
I'm more than willing, sir.
Tengo la máscara ya. Uy, este es bonito. Jugón elegante de Bucler. Armadura ligera. ¿En serio lo tengo que pagar yo? Bueno. Estas botitas, que es que me han gustado. Y la máscara la tengo ya, pero esta sería la nueva. Nah, me voy a poner Máscara elegante para un baile de disfraces. Sería esa. Pues nada. Ya no hemos comprado lo que queríamos comprar, ¿vale?
Thanks. Think that's all I need for now.
Ever your servant, sir.
Ahora vamos a vestirnos. Uy, qué guapo estamos. Oy. No se ven las dos cosas. Madre mía. Que... O uno u otro. Me gusta más. Me gusta más con mi coronita. Pero bueno. Y ahora vamos a ver. Evidentemente tengo la de lobo. Me voy a quedar la de lobo. Que también pone que es máscara elegante. Y hay que quitarse los guantes y las armas, ¿no? Pero todavía no. Las armas me las quitaré cuando llegue. De hecho las armas no me las tengo ni que quitar. Hasta luego. ¿Qué pasa? Mira qué tipito tengo. Estoy súper hortero. Ahí como si llevara una Night dorada ya. La cosa más fea. Ay, Dios mío. Venga, vamos. Dios mío. Si le quita la armadura pesada no se cansa en la vida.
Oh, here he comes, a hero, Geralt's dream.
Late. Why does that not surprise me?
Pues como todas las mujeres, tío. Mira, están volando ahí mecheros de estos voladores. Aburrido de esperar las escaleras.
Well. I did not expect you to have such a sense of style. My, Geralt. Not bad at all. And you've even a mask. Just not the kind required.
Huh?
They're a little different, the ones Mandragora members wear. I
Vale,
brought
hombre.
you one. Put it on.
Otra máscara.
Let's go.
Mira, va a juego
Started.
con el jugón.
Wise of you to hide your weapons. They'd not have let us in otherwise, that's certain.
Me gustaría saber dónde se han metido las espadas. Ya por curiosidad, ¿eh?
How do we find the Cintrian? Have you a plan?
Key is not to spook him. Need to ask after his partner, Cecilia, first. Less likely to raise suspicions. As soon as we find her, we find him. Especially since he might be expecting us.
What do you mean?
Ran into some of his thugs in town. Knew who I was. Had it in for me.
Right you are. We must
Esto es lo que
proceed
estaba
with
diciendo
caution.
yo.
Come, it's our turn.
Algunas veces intento cortar los viajes de un sitio a otro.
Madame, Monsieur, an extraordinary pleasure to welcome you to the Mandragora's soiree. Tonight, I particularly recommend you direct your attention to the performances prepared by artists of our community.
Tell us about these performances.
This evening, the Mandragora has the honor to present 3 superb displays of artistry. The first was a concert by Cecilia Belont, A singer whose voice, were it stone, would surely be a diamond. Sadly, Mademoiselle Cecilia has sung.
Shame. We would have loved to hear her.
Luckily, you are in time to see the great Calesti, a master of visual illusions, come to us from far off Afir.
Visual illusions. Interesting. And the third artist?
The third and fourth, for they are a duo, are the Tuven brothers, presenting their newest pantomime.
We were really hoping to meet Cecilia Belant.
You are admirers, I surmise. I'm certain you will have ample opportunity to converse with her.
It cannot be easy to identify anyone in this crowd. Perhaps you could help us find her.
I don't know where she is now, but I can give you a clue.
Let's hear it.
Seek the Kaveri orchid.
Meaning?
Cecilia wears one in her hair. You shall recognize her easily by the orchid.
Huh.
Well, well. Dandelion's always complaining about artists being poor as temple mice.
Pero se quejaba por quejarse.
The residence belongs to none of them. They are guests here. Oriana, she owns this. Woman in the black dress, there on the balcony.
Got her. Doesn't wear a mask?
It would be pointless. All would know her anyway.
Kaveri Orchid. Let's look for it. If we find Cecilia, we'll find the Cintrian.
Ah, participa en los entretenimientos de la velada. Así nos llamaremos la atención. ¿Qué os parece? Esto está bien, participar en todas las mierdas estas. A ver, hombre, coño, déjame. A ver qué tiene esta. No me deja comer. Escultor.
Go on, Geralt, be bold. Show us the artist in you. Paint balls, cast them at the canvas.
Good folk, yet another soul longing to express its creative side.
Y ahora como...
You are noble art?
Hay que lanzar bola de pintura, ¿no? ¿Cómo se lanzan, tío?
It's not a landscape, you pleb. It's a manifestation of the man's soul.
No se la tira. Ah, no me voy a liarla.
It's obvious. It represents transgression in its purest form.
Should you tire of these humans, drop them in the cave and have a different that green, lush and verdant as a field of vines.
Nos notas flipando, a ver, yo aquí tirando esto como...
Scarlet crimson oxblood. Full sensual parted lips. The composition takes shape.
Yes, it's sure to be a masterpiece.
Debería de tener aquí. A ver, chiquillo. Ahora morado. Toma, encima el verde.
Quite the noble color.
Norte.
The sky over Toussaint before us. Voila! Fine. Now, allow me a moment to ponder. My appraisal? The painting depicts spiritual dualism. The continual battle between good and evil. And defiance.
Oh yes, that's him all right. Good versus evil. The dualistic nature of man.
And defiance. Absinthe, the preferred hooch of artists.
Careful, it packs a pretty powerful punch.
Tomaba por
Built
culo.
up a pretty powerful resistance.
O para haber desarrollado bastante resistencia va pegando tumbos, jodido. Bueno, eso te pasa ligero. Venga.
It's a metaphor of the constant struggle for power and influence.
Toma por culo. Tanto juntarme con Jack que...
Have I not? But I'm sure you understand. Then
Tío, ¿y este?
Look at the mage. I believe he's casting spells.
Yeah, we'll see.
Esta es el Ofiri, el ilusionista. Serán los sitios para buscarla. Pero vamos a participar en las chascas estas.
Still waters.
¿Esto qué es? Coño.
Ah, how beautiful.
Ah, encender una de estas, ¿no?
Planted. They say
Let's give it a
releasing
try.
brings good luck. The dolphin. Never suspected you believed in such things.
Yo creo en todo, nena.
blah blah blah. Avant-garde, schmavant-garde. It's all about two things: coin and
El brujo enamorado. Brujo.
pretentious. I was prepared for all sorts of criticism, but
Pobre desgracia, ¿qué le pasa? Quita. Ananrieta. ¿Se puede quitar usted del medio? Very thank you. Tiene unas tetas.
do not disturb. Shoo, shoo.
It's the right flower.
Of course it is. A Koviri orchid lends just the right contrast to her complexion.
Need to talk to your model. It'll only take a minute.
To me?
Lie still. You may speak, but for love's sake, do not move.
Wow. Impressive portrait.
I know the style, the stroke. This is Dorian Velez.
The gracious lady has heard of me.
I've heard Anna Henrietta herself wished you to paint her portrait once.
At one point, the palace chamberlain even wrote to me, but alas, ultimately refused my terms.
What was the matter?
When he learned I only ever paint nudes, he severed all contact. He said he would not dare offend her illustrious highness with such a proposition. I've always longed to paint her. Such a shame.
En verdad tiene que estar buena, ¿eh?
I think you may still get your chance.
We came here to meet you, specifically.
To meet me? But why?
¿No te has visto las tetas?
Cintrian noble you came here with. Wanted to ask you about him.
Cintrian noble. Ah! You must think I'm Cecilia.
Orchid confused me.
I told you not to move!
As she concluded her performance, Cecilia tossed the flower into the crowd. I caught it, but I did see the nobleman.
Really like to talk to him. What did he look like?
Like many here. Tall, dark, masked.
Know where he might be now?
He gave Cecilia a small gift, a heart-shaped box. Then they strolled off together towards the refreshment tables.
Excuse me, madame, monsieur. I cannot work like this. You must leave now.
Exception true. Would I ever love to meet him?
Need I remind you?
Hay algunos que están vestidos que no parecen muy nobles, ¿eh?
This pen thing, it's rather... It's very...
Let's look by the refreshments.
You must throw off the mask.
Someone left their loot behind. Looks a little like dandelions.
Ahí está la caja, en forma de corazón.
Someone
El
beat
corazón,
it
¿eh?
once.
Que no un corazón, es un corazón.
Empty heart-shaped box. Cecilia must have left it behind.
It looks like it held a flask of perfume. A gift from the Cintrian, I imagine.
Scent still hangs in the air. Let's follow it.
Ultimate meaning.
Madre mía. No hay mejor rastreador que Geralt de Rivia. Cuartahuesto detrás de su presta.
Such talent. Exception true. Would I ever love to meet him? It's a shame he didn't come.
Need I remind you? It's neither did you.
Aquí coge una curva en el aire. Madre mía, este chaval iba borracha por lo menos. Venga, va. Oye, oye. Venga, va.
Aren't they even? Because the right cuff seems somewhat higher.
Parece ser que se han metido por aquí. Se han introducido en la hacienda
Is a generous patron.
para buscar un poco de intimidad tal vez. Ush. Un guardaespaldas.
Sorry, only artists in the Mandragora allowed.
Come, we must consider what to do.
I'd recognize that voice anywhere.
You must be mistaking me for someone else.
I served 15 years in the palace. Your Grace, I'd not mistake you for anyone.
Shh! Not so loud. We are here incognito, on state business.
Yes, Your Grace. How may I serve?
I hope we can count on your discretion.
Of course. I shall be silent as the grave.
Looking for Cecilia Belland. Seen her?
She's in her dressing room, where she went with a nobleman. They clearly were drawn to each other.
What did the man look like?
Tall, broad-shouldered, a black beard peeping out from under his mask, and he spoke with a foreign accent, a drawl of sorts.
That must be him. We must get to the dressing room, quickly.
Yes, Your Grace. I'll take you.
No, stay here. Anyone tries to flee, you stop them.
Understood.
Quickly, upstairs.
Verá, vamos a interrumpir el pleno acto sexual. Aquí. Ah, por ahí la puerta. Coitus interruptus. Va a ser el título de la... Mierda.
That must be Cecilia.
Hostia puta.
No pulse. We're too late.
He slit her throat. The brute.
Bueno,
Didn't go out the door. Guard would have noticed. Might still be somewhere here.
You must find him before he harms another. I shall alert Oriana at once. She should bring her soirée to a close.
Shouldn't split up.
Geralt, I will be fine. Go after that rogue. I shall fetch help.
bueno, para mí se terminó la fiesta. Hora de ponerme guapo. Voy a poner el uniforme de trabajo. ¡Ah, no me deja! Bueno.
Tore down the door. Made a platform. Clever. Bloody hand must be pretty strong, too. It's his. Broke the flower pot when moving the door, then stepped in the soil. Must have climbed this ladder.
Por esta escalera.
Could still be here. Need to stay alert. Bloodstains. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it. Links of a snapped chain. Jewel must have been on it.
Y aquí, algo que he
Jewelry
cogido.
box. Lock's busted. Picked open, probably.
Bueno, yo también sé hacer. Ey, aquí ha tocado algo. Quita.
Smashed mirror. Someone crashed into it, hard, then sank to the floor.
Ahora por las ventanas.
Looks valuable, but it's not what he came for. Empty inkwell. Knocked over, turned toward the room. Hunting knife, richly ornamented. Used during the fight, probably.
Vaya, vaya, vaya.
Sconce is bent, smeared with blood. Someone try to grab it. Blood on the window frame. Someone climb out, fall out.
Algo se me escapa y no sé qué. Ah, mira aquí.
Canvas is cut. Somebody took a knife to the painting, looks like.
Pues todavía se me escapan más cosas. En la cama. Aquí en el descansillo. Sí, yo también me ando con tonterías, ¿eh?
Locked. No key in sight.
Voy a tener que bajar. Pero claro, ¿esto a dónde da? No me deja, ¿no? Bajar, ¿no? Ay, Dios mío. Algo... Ah, mira. Esto yo creía que...
Precious stone. Bloody fingerprint on it. Thief came for this, must have. Tiny chain links next to it. From a snapped necklace. Seems there was a struggle. Jewel was in the box, it seems. Centurion tried to steal it, but someone got in his way. They fought, struggled, that's clear. Ended with one of them flying out the window. Fall had to have killed them. Jewel's still here, though, so our Centurion must have been the flyer.
So, this is the tracker. A witcher, yes?
Indeed, this is him. We found the body together. Then he set off in pursuit of the killer.
Esa es la
He
del
ended
vídeo.
up here, but I've only found evidence of a fight. Seems the Centurions killed his last. Finally failed this time. Shame it happened too late for Cecilia.
Poor girl. Always told her she chose her males badly. But I would never have suspected she could arrive with a murderer. I'll alert the staff. Have them see to her body at once. Meanwhile, we should sit. I will tell you everything, in full detail.
Creo que me acabo de hacer un spoiler. Yo solo, pero hace años, como cuando salió el juego, ¿vale?
Attempting to burgle, rifling through my possessions.
What did you do? Summon the guards?
There was no time. I feared he'd escape, refused to give him the chance. He stood with his back to me, so I attacked. He struck his head on a picture frame as we struggled. He was bleeding, dazed, and then he drew a knife. Everything happened very quickly then. I knocked the weapon out of his hand and pushed him hard. He
fell out of the window.
Just so.
No voy a
The
decirle
man
nada.
was trying to rob you when you walked into the room?
Yes. He stood over my dressing table, pouring through my jewelry.
Mm-hmm. After this is my guess. Picked it up while searching.
Why, that's the heart of Toussaint. Oriana, how did you ever come to have it?
I bought it, many years ago, from a young woman.
Jewel
es
seems
esto?
important.
¿Qué es un
Why?
corazón de Toussaint?
The heart is an heirloom. It belonged to my family for years. Then it disappeared. I didn't think we would ever recover it.
Seems someone is very determined to find it. The thief left his tool bag behind. Found this drawing inside it. Look.
The heart of Toussaint. Representation's pretty faithful. Cintrian must have been on a job. Got very clear instructions what to look for.
So it is not him we seek, but his employer. Is this the only evidence we found?
Also happened on the weapon he attacked Oriana with. Hunting knife. Used to skin game. Got an emblem on its hilt.
This crest is used by the Lords of Duntine. The present master of the castle is a passionate hunter. Our next lead, perhaps.
Duntine.
Duntine.
Remember the place. Abandoned ruin just a few years ago.
More recently, the family's last heir, Roderick, returned to his ancestral seat and restored the castle.
Know any more about this Roderick?
His grandfather was an advisor to Queen Ademarta. The family received those lands as a grant for his service.
¿Cuánta política hay
Roderick
aquí?
is quite the recluse. He avoids society, preferring the company of a small team of knights, though the latter term is imprecise, as they seem more akin to vandals with crests on their shields.
Oriana, everything we discussed here, hope you'll keep it to yourself. Counting on it, in fact. Word gets out he, failed in his attempt to steal the jewel. His employer could run. We need to proceed cautiously.
Discretion is in the interest of us all. I'll not ask what this is about, just as I expect not to be troubled about it again. By anyone.
Forgive me, Madam Oriana, but might I have a word?
You must excuse me a moment.
Bueno, vaya pedazo de cacho de spoiler que me acabo de hacer. Espero que simplemente...
Oriana, any thoughts?
Few make me feel awkward, but in her presence, I sense anxiety, discomfort.
The drawing. It's on the same type of paper the victims' names were written on. Drawn with the same ink, too. Seems the work of our blackmailers.
Who were not only behind the beast's murders, but also stole the Son Real and sought to steal the heart of Toussaint.
Look, the wine, the jewel, both tied to you intrinsically. Coincidence? Not something I'm willing to believe. Worried about one thing. That somewhere at the end of this scheme, plan might call for an attempt on your life.
It could be something else altogether.
¿El qué?
My sister, Siana, might be among the schemers. She left court when we were children. My parents banished her from the duchy. I've not seen her since.
What did
¿Qué
your
me
sister
interesa?
do to get banished?
Siana was
Maldita.
Cursed.
¿Y por eso la destierren? Yo soy brujo, tía.
Foul of some mage?
no. She was born at an inopportune moment. They said she was touched by the curse of the Black Sun. Geralt, is it true? Can an individual be evil because they were born during the wrong lunar phase?
Could be the case. Could also be because they were treated like lepers from birth. Isolated, prodded, ostracized. Couldn't have had it easy, Siana.
She was angry at the whole world. She felt inferior, felt pain, though she masked this with confidence, arrogance even. She could also be cruel at times. I recall one such situation. She persuaded Cedric the Coolbird that she could see the future in her dreams. We were children, and Cedric's brother was smitten with me. It was an innocent childhood crush. Siana knew of it. She told Cedric of a dream she had had, that he would die at the hands of his own brother. Cedric stole his father's sword and killed his brother. She destroyed 2 lives with a prank. Cedric mourns to this day. In the end, they forced her to leave the palace. A decade passed. More. I've missed her terribly since.
Think your sister might be involved? Why?
You see, I recall her always being rather possessive, throwing jealous fits if I had something she
Claro.
didn't.
Here, that's normal for sisters. Rivalry.
True. I suppose I gave as good as I got. There are times I miss that very much. The wine, its theft was the first clue. That's very much like her. She always did enjoy stealing my toys, but I grew almost certain when I saw the heart of Toussaint. Siana received it from father as a gift. At a time when my parents thought of her as but an ill-behaved little girl, someone wanted some of my wine. The same someone ordered our family jewels stolen, or recovered. It's my sister. It must be.
A fallen princess satisfying whims, going after lost luxuries? Could be right.
Your mission has gained new import. You must go to Dun Tyne, and if Siana is there, you must find her. No matter what she did, she is not to be harmed in any way, shape or form. You must make sure of that.
Y si intenta matarme, ¿qué? ¿La dejo?
I'll find her if she's there.
I hope you do. I very much wish to talk to her. Sister to sister.
Your Grace, Geralt, I'd like to introduce...
Regis! What a surprise! I had no idea you were in Beauclair. And this is...
My very dear friend, Detlaf van der Eretain, an arrival from Nazaire.
We are lending our combined resources to the witch's hunt.
Ah, yes. Splendid. But why are you here at Oriana's?
They came to pay me a surprise visit, so I invited Regis in for a glass of wine. We've known each other for... ages. Literally.
Lo sabía.
Witcher, I
Qué
hear
spoiler
you
me
know
he hecho
Regis
solo.
too. Even that you are friends.
Few I can rely on like I can on Regis. Kinda hoping he thinks the same of me.
Curious. It seems opposites really do attract.
Don't be fooled, dear. Geralt has many merits. He merely hides them from the world very diligently.
You said you're both aiding him with his contract. It involves the Beast of Beauclair, I suspect. Master Witcher, maybe you could satisfy my curiosity. What's it like going toe-to-toe with a monster, knowing you've only 2 options, to kill or be killed?
Despite what you might have heard, I don't lunge at every monster I see sword in hand. Talking gets the job done for some.
I wonder what a monster might have to say to you.
It might want to apologize.
My word. For what might the monster wish to apologize to a witcher?
For killing. Though at times there is no choice, when loved ones are at risk and require protection.
Same as humans. Put them in that situation, they'll kill too.
You understand this. It must be why you and Regis are friends. If I understand you correctly, you would rather help a monster than kill it.
If possible, yeah. Or at least try.
Enough about the Witcher trait for now. Regis mentioned you come from Nazaire. I spent time there as a child.
Fond memories?
It was wonderful. I was positively entranced by the land's fashions. Deep-cut dresses I found most fascinating.
I believe we're running short on wine. I should go to the cellar, bring another bottle.
Let me go.
Esto se está poniendo muy peligroso.
Regis, know your wine a lot better than I know mine.
We shall return forthwith.
An exceptional conversation, don't you think? Vampires, a witcher,
And the Duchess of Toussaint? My.
Highly exceptional, Regis. Wanted to talk to you in private. You crazy bringing Detloff here?
Geralt, allow me to explain.
No, let me explain. He's dangerous, and you were gonna watch him.
But that is precisely what I'm doing. Detloff believes you'll succeed in your task, and he'll not need to kill anymore.
That is, not until he gets his hands on the men who kidnapped his Renna.
Guessing it's no accident you two stopped by.
It would be quite some coincidence indeed. No, a dutiful little bird told us.
Mm-hmm. Oriana. She really your friend? Can she be trusted?
I met her years ago, before I met you, and before she settled in Beauclair. We'd not seen one another in...
Madre mía.
I can't begin to tell you in how long.
But I shall tell you all about her some other day.
Now listen close. Managed to learn where the blackmailers are. They're based at Duntine Castle.
That's splendid news. If they are there, Renna must be there as well.
Duchess expects we'll find her long-lost sister there too. Thing is, she might be involved. Could be behind the blackmailing.
Do you mean to say your task now is to extract 2 women from the castle?
Mean to say we can't breathe a word of this to Detloff, who wants revenge above all else.
Geralt, you must trust me. I've got a way with...
No, Regis. Can't risk it. Gotta keep Detloff here while I go to Duntine.
Alone?
Alone. That way I can make sure neither woman will come to any harm.
I hope you know what you're doing. Fine. I shall see to Detloff. Good luck, my friend.
Impresionante, tío. Qué guapo.
Splendidly, Detlaff. Ah, I'm grateful you brought back those memories. You're back. It took you long enough.
Contrary to what common folk believe, choosing a wine is not nearly as easy as it might seem. Especially a wine to be served to 2 exquisite ladies.
Regis, gallant as ever. I regret all the more that I shan't finish this second bottle with you. Duty calls.
Your Grace, always a pleasure.
I thank you for your help. It's been invaluable. Geralt, will you see me out?
Madre mía. Que es que... Oh, madre mía. Oye, oye, oye.
You have exceptional friends. This Detlaff, an intriguing man to say the least.
Don't know him too well. He say much about himself?
Not much, but I've a good sense of the true nature of those I meet. I'd not survive a week at court otherwise.
So what's his?
Sensitive, sad. He carries within him the weight of a terrible tragedy. He is a good man, but lost, which is why he comes across as grim.
Didn't expect the evening to end like this.
Neither did I. but I have not drawn you out for a romantic stroll. I wish to make certain you know what you are to do.
Gotta go to Duntine.
I've decided my guardsmen
Uy,
will
creía que iba a
support
decir
you.
que levantarle
You
las
will meet them
enaguas.
at Count de la Croix Mill.
I know the place.
Captain de la Tour and his men will await you there at midnight. You shall storm the castle together.
Dios mío. Ay, Dios mío, qué guapo. Puerta de mentira, dice. Que yo la veo ahí, ¿eh? No, de mentira. Qué cosa más guapa de capítulo, gente. Amazing. Amazing. Bueno, yo todavía estoy asimilando todo esto porque 3 vampiros, la duquesa, yo he estado... Por un momento he estado todo tenso. Ay, ¿qué van a hacer? En esos momentos no comento mucho, intento callarme un poco la boca para que podáis escuchar los diálogos y poderos meteros en situación, ¿no? Porque las escenas son muy guapas. Y en fin, gente, ¿qué puedo decir? A mí me ha encantado. Espero que os haya gustado a vosotros lo mismo o más que a mí, de verdad. Os lo digo de corazón. Con todo esto, si os gustó, podéis darle al like, podéis compartirlo en vuestras redes sociales y para más vídeos, ya sabéis, suscribirse al canal. Hasta la próxima. Chao.